morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be comparing fractions. We're going to decide if one fraction is greater than the other one, or if one is less than the other one, or if they are equal or equivalent or the same. So we're going to start with some pictures. I take my lessons from Khan Academy and Prodigy and other lessons I've taught in class, and so they're going to kind of go along with what you've been learning in Khan Academy. This doesn't necessarily match up with what's in your packet, so it's just extra enrichment to keep you going in math, because we're missing out on some of the curriculum this year by not being in class, so I want to make sure that you're caught up. So I'm going to look at my fractions first. I see that it says comparing fractions, and I notice that this is 4/7. 4 over 7 is the same as saying 4/7, and this is 3/7. 4/7 and 3/7. So what I know about fractions is that 4 is the number I'm going to be looking at that's shaded. 4 is the number I'm going to be looking at that's shaded. So I'm going to shade in 4 because that's my top number. My numerator tells me how many are shaded. My denominator tells me how many total out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this one says to shade 3 out of 7. We're shading 3 out of 7. So I can look at this and tell right away that 4/7 is greater than 3/7. So looking here, the big open mouth is going to chomp and eat up that bigger number. It's like the Pac-Man. His open mouth, or the alligator's open mouth, is going to eat up that big number. So it always faces the big number. The little pointy part always is pointing to the smaller number, and this would be an equal sign because they are the same or equal. So we are going on and we see, so this would read 4/7 is greater than 3/7. Okay, we're going on and we see 2/8. 2/8 and 1/4. 2/8 and 1/4. So I know here that I'm going to color in 2 pieces out of 8 total. 2 pieces out of 8 total. And here I'm just going to color in one big block. Now when I do this, I can see that these are the same or equivalent. They're equal. I know it's not exactly perfect the way I drew it, but I do know that 2/8 and 1/4 are the same. I can multiply the top and bottom by 2, so 1 times 2 and 4 times 2 would give me 2/8. Or I can divide these each by 2 and I would get 1/4. So either way, they can reduce or get large, they're equal to one another. All right, so next we are going to go on to, let's see here, we're going to go on to this last problem. Couldn't find my pen there. This is 1/2. Definitely you're just going to color in 1 out of those 2 pieces. That means there are 2 total pieces. This one's colored in. And then here I'm going to shade in 4/8. So I'm coloring in 4 out of those 8 pieces. And again here I can see that these match up. If I was to take another rectangle here and color it in like this, I would have 1/2 colored in. And so 4/8 is the same as 1/2. So these are equivalent or the same. So some fractions are equal to one another. That's what we're going to be learning. When we compare fractions, again, sometimes we compare unit fractions. So a unit fraction is when there's only 1 on the top. And the only thing you can do to compare a unit fraction is look at the bottom numbers. Now looking at this, I might look and I'd think, oh, 4 is bigger. So I think that I should say that 1/4 is greater than 1/3. However, if we were to draw a picture, this is 1/3, and we were to draw a picture for fourths, see how it's not perfectly done here, but there are 3 sections, and here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. And if I color in this piece, I can see that that third is much larger than the fourth. So I would say that 1/4, the little pointy part is gonna, arrow is gonna point to the small number. 1/4 is less than 1/3. Moving on, 1/9 and 1/6. So now I can look again, but maybe I'm not sure. So maybe I want to, again, draw a picture. And this time I'm going to use black. I know that's a little bit easier to see here if I use the black. So we're going to make 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm coloring in 1. And then this one's going to be 9th. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm going to color in one of these little pieces. And I can definitely tell that the 9th is much smaller than the 6th. So I would know, and plus, when you're looking at the bottom number and there's a 1 on the top, you should be able to tell that bottom number should tell you that the smaller the number is, the bigger it is. So it's kind of the opposite of the way we think. So we can't just look at that 9 and think, oh, that's bigger. You have to draw a picture or a number line. So this one we're not going to draw. We're just going to look at it and compare 7 and 5. And as we've seen here, 3 was greater than 1/3 is greater than a 4th. 1/6 is greater than a 9th. So I could just look at this and tell that 1/5 is going to be greater than 1/7, and I don't even have to draw a picture because this would have 7 pieces and this would have 5 pieces. So one of these pieces is definitely going to be greater than this piece. So what I'd like you to do, boys and girls, is compare the fractions on your own using greater than, less than, and equal to signs. Your fractions you are comparing are 2/8 and 7/8. This is number 1. And number 2, you are going to compare 2/4 and 4/8. So I'd like you to write the answers to these 2 problems down below and leave me answers for number 1 and number 2. You can draw a picture, you can make a number line, just show me, and definitely use your sign when you show your answer. All right, so remember this is greater than, big mouth is open to the big number, it's chomping on that big number. This is less than, the little pointy part points to the smaller number, and then equal to is right here, so that means they are the same. All right, boys and girls, have a great day.